Man-eaters are a new mob to Lethal Company version 60 and 61. These creatures appear harmless in nature, but quickly become a menacing foe when not handled properly. If you find this tutorial useful, please like and subscribe here and follow over on Twitch. I try to be an active member of the Lethal Company community. The Man-eater currently spawns on Val, March, Offense, Adamance, and on high-tier planets Dine and Artifice. It will only spawn in the interior, and only one will spawn. The spawn rates range, with the greatest spawn rate being on Val of 14.21%, the lowest being on Dine at 2.33%. Spawn rates on all planets are 1.7 times greater, and the interior is the mine shaft, which makes the spawn percentage the following. Man-eater has 3 phases: baby, crying, and adult, colloquially known as what the fuck murder baby. It naturally spawns in baby state and does not attack the player in this mode. Instead, the Man-eater selects a player who has entered its aggro range and will follow the player at a distance as if curious. When approaching them, they will back up a distance unless backed against a wall or if they are sitting. The baby can be picked up with the E button as a two-handed item, taking up a single inventory space and weighing 26 pounds. While holding them, you're able to shake them like a little baby by holding the left mouse button, a mechanic used for preventing transformation. If you rapidly click 5 times with the left mouse button while holding it, you will shake the f out of them. Also, fun fact, if left on the floor near loot after sitting and resting, the Man-eater baby will begin to move again and has a chance to eat an item resting on the floor near it. The crying state is an active state for the Man-eater. It will begin crying for a couple of reasons. If it is within an aggro range of the player, the following actions will cause it to enter crying state: illuminated by flashlight or pro flashlight, falling from a certain height while held, being picked up by an employee without performing a rock after a certain amount of time, witnessing the death of an employee or seeing the player's body, being attacked by a melee weapon, seeing a melee weapon attack another mob, hearing a loud sound, randomly falling over while seated, and hilariously being shaken at high frequency. It will also immediately convert to the crying phase if it is taken outside, where it will no longer be able to be converted back to the baby phase unless it is returned indoors. Some things to note: falling a distance does not mean the player takes damage. Simply jumping from the top stairs in the mineshaft entrance is enough to trigger the crying phase. Loud sounds include items that make a sound when dropped, as well as mob aggro sounds such as a thumper screech. Turret fire, landmine explosions, and ambient noises are excluded. I also had mixed results when exposing the Man-eater to a player's dead body that had already been seen by the player before, and flashlights that are on the floor. There are a limited but variable amount of times that the baby can be calmed down before it burps up a green goo. This is an indicator that the baby is more likely to become an adult the next couple of times it begins to cry. So the baby will transform into its adult phase after burping up green goo, most frequently the next time it begins to cry, not every time, but most times. In its adult phase, the Man-eater will unalive you. It will attempt to move out of direct line of sight with the player, skittering through tunnels to avoid players for the most part. The best tactic is to back away from where you saw it if encountered, but if cornered or within range of the player, it will enter an attack phase, launching at the player and insta-killing if the attack connects. The Man-eater dashes very fast and is the first indoor mob that can survive outside the facility. It takes 5 hits with a shovel to kill and can take damage from all melees, old birds, spike traps, lightning, and worm. It should technically be killable with 1 shotgun blast, but every time that I've tried to, it takes up to 5. Let me know in the comments if you were able to kill it head on with a shotgun, or if you got devoured. It takes a lot of tactical skill to kill this mob, which is not my specialty if you know anything about my channel. Possible methods for killing it though include correctly positioning yourself so that when it launches you can turn a corner and hit it with the shovel, then dash and repeat. If you want kill tactics, I'm certain Bread will have those for you within the week. He can kill anything. Outside of killing it via brute force, the options you're left with are monitoring it, trapping it, or killing it in its baby form. Monitoring it may be the easiest solution for any team plays, as you can designate a babysitter who holds it, shaking it at intervals to prevent it from crying. Apparently, it can be trapped in factory by dropping it into the ceiling of the apparatus holding wall, and in the factory room's pit. But other pits in the factory will not work, so it specifically must be the large pit in factory room. There are currently no known methods for trapping or killing it in mansion. so let me know in the comments if you find any. On March, you can throw the man-eater into the deep water pond outside of Maine, and something I discovered that currently works is on Val, you can drop them inside the dam wall from above fire exit. Though this may cause problems for people trying to leave the fire exit, they just need to move quick. They do take damage when outside the facility from old birds, lightning, and worms. Though, I will say good luck getting the timing to work in your favor on this one. Anytime they take damage outside the facility, they instantly transform, so even direct lightning strikes and old bird missiles will only damage them and cause them to become adults lurking outside the facility, which is infinitely more dangerous. A worm will insta-kill them, but again, the timing goes crazy. Spike traps is a viable method, as it is an insta-kill and you can get the baby man-eaters to back up under the trap with relatively low risk to yourself. Something fun I discovered is that there appears to be no death animation for the baby man-eaters, so after a spike trap, you can pick up their corpse and walk around with it, even shaking it if you want to. Talk about morbid. Sometimes it will hang out in the air depending on where it is placed. Taking these back to the ship will cause them to despawn when the ship takes off. If you guys don't get the same results as me, then the specific scenario may be due to the mods I was using to investigate the man-eater. Please let me know in the comments. But the 100% guaranteed method for trapping them that will work for you is by using the new man-eater holes in mineshaft interior. The sloped cave room has the highest likelihood of finding these man-eater holes in the entire mineshaft. By jumping over the hole and dropping the man-eater down the hole when it transforms, it will no longer be able to escape the hole. Marking loot indicators that lead you to the sloped cave room might be a viable strategy so you can drop it in the man-eater hole, keeping it trapped forever without the need to watch or worry about it, and completely eliminating the need to deal with the man-eater currently in version 61. You may also have some success by dropping it down the elevator shaft, or even by purposefully transforming it in the main entrance for mineshaft at the very back of the room, where you can watch it from the minecart and it will be bugged into always attempting to run away. Though I wouldn't say success from this is very good, as other methods are definitely less dangerous. Overall, care for or eliminate your baby man-eater however you please. Just know that letting it escape in the mines can cause a real problem for high quota players, and it is also very scary. If you enjoyed this video, let me know what else you'd like to know about the game in the comments. Follow me on YouTube and Twitch, and leave a like on the video. It would mean a lot to me. Much love. Peace.